see here, here might be supporting. Yeah, there's some more specifics here, who bid and.
That's the one we look at.
So it looks like Cadillac didn't have a bid bond, John, and only Barrett did last time,
Yeah,
so they were
even
approved.
did. According to what Cindy's just showing me.
Oh, they did, it looks like on here, didn't they? They
Unless
bid.
it came in late or something, but,
It says no bid bond.
oh, no bid, it says no bid on it.
Oh, no bid, okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, so. All right. And that's from 2012. All right, so going back to our meeting again. All right, next tree and stump removal, or I don't want to, I don't know if we have time even to go through every single one of these individually. So do you have a specific question on an item that you didn't get addressed through the department already, or?
And these are their normal fiscal year stuff, so they don't have any POs, so they can't process anything on any of the stuff at this point because they don't have council resolution for a PO. So the desire is to do any less than a full year, whether it's pick a dollar amount or pick 3 months, and divide it up into quarters, whatever that might be. So, even if it's requesting that you see really go out for bid. These again are all items before I think we dealt with, from the council and having our resolution that Mr. Martin helped put draft to say what items would have bid bonds. So I think we were seeing that a little bit more specifically on some of these service-based items that didn't necessarily need a bid bond because they weren't doing something for us, but they were providing something to us. And we weren't putting in bid bonds, didn't want to put in the bid bonds to give us, say, paving materials, where Cadillac might not put it in because why would they give us a bid bond to provide us with paving materials at our request and our need. So, I mean, could these theoretically, go out for a bid and maybe see those, if we took out the bid bond process, and maybe see, better results, possibly. I mean, we could certainly, it can be evaluated and put out through the process, but from a work standpoint, the department's gonna need something to try to do some of this, cold patching for the potholes and anything that's out there related to, specific work tasks. So, if we can try to do something so that they have something to get a PO against and even for the short term, while that process is evaluated, that's gonna be beneficial to them.
This one I had a question on, Mayor, because we talked about this before. The components, is there anything changed? I mean, obviously we have to have the same style, but you had mentioned that style or that purchase that we had made initially was quite expensive, so is this going to be any change?
Sent me something, he's been continuing to work with DTE on this, so yes, I mean, there are some basically the same style without the same price tag involved in them. The city originally did that, they didn't get the Cadillac, they got the Ferrari, street lights. So they're looking at that, evaluating, as well as, when some of these go down, it's trying to do a lumen, research as to whether or not every single light, has to be put back and when they go through. So they basically, they pull the parts, right? I mean, they pull all the parts and whatever can be reused, they reuse, but they're charging us the price for putting everything back.
Absolutely, yeah.
What item are you on?
I'm on the street lighting. I just asked if anybody had any questions on any of these items. It is,
34?
yeah,
We're on 34?
I am. Just because I said, does anyone have any questions on these items? specifically, rather than individually, and then and no one
Okay,
said
well,
anything.
After you take care of the streetlights, I'd like to go back to a couple of the items that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, that was my question. So, any other questions on the list? Mr. Delo?
Yes. The term services, beginning with 18 and going through 33, pardon me, 32.
35?
No, 33 is an exception. I don't think they obviously provide a service. But there are, I have questions about things like tow supply. I don't know what they do for us. They provide service of products and services.
18 and 32.
Camps pallets. We're spending $3,000 on pallets and services. What are the services that we get from Camps pallets?
You know, to that specific one, Mr. Buell, I don't have the answer, but a lot of vehicles here are pertaining to building and grounds. These are the ones that Guido deals with the maintenance department. So that particular comes to be not
And this may be stuff, each deal for him related to, you know, yes, purchasing pallets, but putting, stocks on stuff to put it up in the bin. He's get barrels of cleaning supplies or whatever it is, and he's putting it up in storage. So he does use those. Yeah, we went through, if you recall, Parks and Rec had, and Building and Grounds had the $100,000 multiple vendor list without any breakout of any of the individual contractors. They went through the last 3 to 4 years, try to take an average of the vendors and what we have traditionally spent through them and break out only those specific vendors that we're actually doing. And he may not exceed, you know, he may not even exceed 2,000, but on average, he's got close to 3,000. So that's here in case we, you know, in case for whatever reason he gets to that point in dealing with it. But those are, I'm assuming that he's getting parts or pallets for, you know, any cleaning supplies or spray stuff that he can store in the different locations as far as, you know, up at DPW on the roof, and get it up there with the high-low versus one barrel at a time. I don't know why we're buying that many pallets, but we're using them.
Well, I can understand.
Is that all they do?
like I said, this particular one. I don't
Yeah.
know exactly.
There's a whole pile of them in my industrial park with a sign on it, free.
I'm gonna shoot him a message real quick and see if they give the answers.
I can understand many of these. HOH is obvious, or chemicals is obviously chemicals. And all-season landscape, obviously landscape. But I don't know who Ferguson is, and I don't know what they do for us, and I think that that's the kind of thing that
Plumbing supply.
is pretty important for us to know.
Plumbing supply is Ferguson. They're local. You know, for 6 faucets, water,
Ferguson is 30. Gondol doors.
yeah, that's for the roll-up doors and larger doors, you know, like a DPW, the different ones that we have. We have
Wheels.
our sheriffs, you know, those,
And where it says services, that means that they come and they actually service the doors. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm up with you now at 34.
Okay. Anything on the lights? All right.
Is this going to replace, I'm sorry, I was looking at something else when you were talking about the lights. Is this going to replace the poles that are down, or all the poles that are down will be replaced from the 46,000?
Well, I think he's working with DTE right now. Rock is working with DTE and trying to, again, no, it's probably not all of the poles. I don't know if it's all the poles that's probably what was down prior to this submittal, or how many parts we can get within that. It's again, trying to find a cheaper alternative to parts that are identical in appearance But I think he's also working with them, again, if there's locations that, if, pole cannot necessarily be replaced because the aluminum for the existing poles meets that, and that just helps and cut down some of the costs related to it, but they're trying to do all that study with it.
Thank you.
Just off the subject slightly, have we collected any money at all from insurance companies for poles that have been knocked down?
Mary, I don't know how many actual accidents where the driver stays on site when they hit the pole, or whether if they just go through it.
We've had several, and I always forward the reports to Sean to follow up on any city property that's damaged as a result of a collision.
And there has been two occasions where we have gotten reimbursed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually recorded.
I know like the unfortunate accident with the semi and 94 Telegraph, that one took out a pole.
Yes.
Ultimately, do we replace that, or is that the,
That's in the whole down situation.
That's in the
whole-
So.
It was a what?
that
MDOT.
Semi?
Yeah, I know that.
Those
You said-
took out a
MDOT.
pole.
Michigan Department of Transportation.
Oh, okay.